Sidestep Project.
Just when I thought I'd get to see the sky again. Turns out the ceiling and walls are just painted, dude. But the herbage is the real deal. Man, the smell of fresh weed is sublime, dude. Reminds me of high school all over again. You ain't thinking anything like that, are you? Give me a break. I went to class. I did my homework.
Huh? Why shouldn't I?
You don't know the true horror of the plant kingdom, do you, dude? They make you think they're just there. But the truth is, they're always watching us. And then, when the plants decide that humans are no longer fit to rule the planet, the floral revolution will begin. It's true, dude!
Okay. Hagakure, you just stay over there and I'll do my own investigation here.
So, what do you think they really are? The stars, I mean.
I've never told anyone, but I've always thought they were lighthouses. Billions of lighthouses stuck at the far end of the sky.
Wow, it must be so lively up there.
But it isn't. They can see all the other lighthouses out there, and they want to talk to them. But they can't, because they're all too apart to hear what the others are saying. All they can do is shine their lights from afar. So that's what they do. They shine their lights at other lighthouses, and at me.
Why you?
Because one day, I'm going to befriend one of them.
It is my responsibility to resolve the problems brought about by my mistakes. In order to fulfill that responsibility, I have resolved to comply with the Puppet Master's orders. To take someone's life. Only the life I intend to take is my own. If the Puppet Master desires me to kill, then it is I who I shall kill. In doing so, the hostages taken at my clan's dojo will be set free. But most importantly, my death will extinguish the flame of conflict I set before it drives any of you to murder. To that end, I offer up my life. Each and every one of you is worth that price. You give my sacrifice meaning, however you might think me. I consider each of you a dear friend. The first I have ever had.
Wait, so Sakura didn't die back into a corner full of hatred for everyone, but to stop us all from fighting, to protect us?
She didn't take her own life out of weakness. Rather, it was the opposite. She did it because she was strong. Far too strong. That's what led her to end her life. She chose death in order to protect us. No normal person could attain that degree of selflessness, but her strength made it possible for her.
We're practically home, but as we turn the corner, I catch sight of something. It makes me gasp. Sitting there in the alley is one of the leaders of Senri, Shigusa Tokiko. You're... As I stand there staring at her in shock.
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
Kazuna worriedly addresses the woman seated on the ground. She lifts her face up. Her movements are sluggish. Tokiko's eyes lack focus, and the skin on her face is so pallid it's practically transparent. But then...
It's you.
She opens her eyes and looks up into Kazuna's face. Her bloodless lips move the tiniest fraction.
Huh? What did you just say?
At that moment, she crumples listlessly onto the snow. Hey, what's wrong? I rush over to her and prop up Tokiko's slender body. That's when I feel a strange sensation. Huh? My right hand, which I'm using to support her, feels wet. Oh shit, this is blood. My hand is practically soaked with her blood. Kazuna, don't just stand there, give me a hand, she's hurt! But Kazuna doesn't reply. She just stands there with a blank look on her face.
Just now, she called me
What?
Yura-sama.
I know it's risky, but I have to do it. I'm scared, but I'll be okay. It's kinda weird. When I remember that I'm doing this for your sake, it gives me a burst of courage. I'm sure you're thinking, what's he talking about? He's just an AI. But it's true, honest. I'll be okay. I'm doing this for all of you, so I'm not afraid of anything.
Alter Ego's words came rushing back to me, flowing up from the depths of my mind, and filling me with a seething black anger that then erupted from my mouth. How dare you! He was our friend! How dare you kill him!
Whoa, you made friends with a laptop? Isn't that kinda sad? Sadder than befriending a bouncy ball.
Screw you! He wasn't just a laptop. He was Alter Ego, her friend, and you killed him!
You one of those weirdos who thinks everything's got a soul? What do they call that? Animism? Not that it matters either way. I couldn't bear to let him stick around any longer. Not once he started poking around where he shouldn't.
So you had caught on.
As if they were gods, Winglies ruled over all living creatures and used them as slaves. The enslaved suffered a terrible domination and injustice. Their anger turned to a flame of fury. Then, a gust of wind blew throughout the lands, spreading the flame to a blazing fire. The wind was Emperor Diaz. 7 incarnations of dragons served the Emperor. Their bravery inspired people to take up arms. Thus began the Dragon Campaign. It was a harsh war. Both people and Winglies suffered countless injuries and fatalities. After a long period of suffering, it was the humans who acquired the future. The Age of Humans had begun.
Son of a gun. This little thing doesn't let me get any sleep.
What a cute little thing! Who is it?
A penguin chick, a member of the little penguin species. She lives in my hair.
Oh, you're so lucky! I wish I had a pet to live in my hair.
Athena, no pets allowed in my office.
Aw, you're no fun.
If you two don't have any particular business with me, please leave. I have to get ready to make my rounds. Back in you go, little one.
Looks like we're all here.
You say that, dude, but with only 6 of us, we barely got enough for a volleyball team.
Hey! What's so down in the dumps about it? You gotta think a little more optimistically. Even if one more person dies, we can still make a basketball team.
That's some pessimistic optimism you got there, dude.
But either way, we don't have time to get depressed right now. We've got to do everything we can for the sake of those who didn't make it.
Are we done licking each other's wounds? Then let's get started on our reports.
Gee, thanks, asshole.
Yes, talk to me first. By the way, did you all see the unusual classroom on the 5th floor? No, unusual doesn't quite do it justice. The scent of human flesh and blood permeating the room. The countless human-shaped outlines. Far more gruesome than any other room we've seen here.
Say what?
The stench is awful too, far beyond any of our murder scenes. An amalgam of every imaginable bodily fluid.
It's probably a good thing I didn't go to that room. I feel sick just listening to you.
Anywho, what happened there?
Call it a hunch, but most likely, a great deal of people died in that room.
A bunch of people died there? Why does murder always have to happen around us?
Hold on! I think I really am gonna be sick!
Perhaps that's where mankind's most despairingly maleficent and monstrous malfaction occurred.
What?
It seems you and I are on the same page. Yes, it is possible that the massacre that occurred in that room is the malefaction from a year ago.
The cause of that gruesome scene was the malefaction that happened a year ago?
In other words, the malefaction refers to the mass murder of Hope's Peak Academy students. With that in mind, we can explain why Kibogamine Academy was forced to shut down.
It makes sense, but damn, that's evil, dude.
It's not just evil, it's super terribly evil.
I don't believe it either. I won't give up. Boss, let's go see Sasha and tell her we want to represent her.
Right now, I imagine she's still being questioned by the police. Let's get started on the investigation first and look for proof of her innocence.
Sounds like a plan.
Just leave the office to me and Polly, Daddy.
Hey, if there's anything I can do to help, just say the word.
Thanks, Apollo. If you could organize the evidence and clean the office, that'd be great.
I meant anything I could do as a lawyer. I knew I should have become an astrophysicist.
That takes care of that. Time to head to the scene of the crime!
Ooh, hey! A shiny nickel! Wait, is that blood?
Shall we help them?
Can you cook?
Of course. Otherwise I couldn't travel alone for 5 years.
Huh. What kind of dishes do you make?
I can grill a thick piece of meat. It's the best.
That's it? Let's leave the cooking to Shauna and Mom.
You think so? But Shauna was always a bad cook.
Better than you.
We should practice with our swords!
Hey, hey, hey!
What's wrong?
Are you gonna swing your sword around in my house?
Well, what's wrong with that? You have such a big house.
It's not right!
Just kidding.
I heard that. What is that tut about?
It's all in your head. Why don't we take a nap? What's wrong, Lavitz?
Dart, act like a man.
Lack of sleep is bad for our skin. Every young lady knows that. Okay, I'll be more serious.
Rattle, rattle.
I can't take this anymore.
Rattle, rattle, rattle. I can hear something rattling from near the kitchen. Curious, I open my eyes. Huh? When I push myself up, the chilly morning air flows into the futon.
Oh, good morning, Shugo-san.
Yeah. My brain doesn't function well right after I get up, so I end up giving Kazuna a half-hearted reply.
Shugo-san? You need to put on some clothes. It's kind of awkward because you're naked and all.
Huh. Oh, right. I gone to sleep completely naked after having sex with Kazuna. No wonder it was so cold.
Oh, enough with that! I left a change of clothes by your pillow.
Okay, thanks.
Such a big
Kazuna
baby.
returns to whatever she was doing earlier, grumbling something about how I'm such a baby. She's rattling around the metal fittings on the kerosene heater.
I can't do this.
You haven't turned that thing on yet? It's so cold I feel like I'm gonna freeze to death here. Kazuna turns around to address my complaint.
Ah! Why the heck are you still naked?
I kinda wanted to enjoy the warmth of the futon a bit more.
What are you talking about? You're seriously gonna catch a cold this way!
It won't be a problem if you turn on the heater. Hurry up and get on that.
Of course it's a problem! Stop being selfish and put on your clothes already!
No, you turn on the heater first.
No, you put on your clothes first!
We stare each other down over the stove. Oh well, I give up. I feel like joking around with her a bit longer, but since I really will catch a cold if I stand around like this, I might as well put on my clothes.
On a diagram, it's easy enough to move the body to the bottom of the pool. But in real life, the water would just cause the body to float.
Right. Hold on. Water. Okay, then what if we flip that around? What if there was no water, and the body would go right down in an instant? So could the real manner of death be? Thanks for the great hint, Athena.
What? I helped you and I didn't even know it?
Your Honor, I think we know the real manner of the victim's death.
I think won't do, Mr. Wright. I expect a clear answer. Now then, what was the real manner of Jack Shipley's death?
What's the manner of death that moved the victim to the bottom of the pool in an instant? It's Little Miss Gravity, of course. Please take a look at this diagram of the Orca pool. If there was no water in this pool, then it would be very easy to move the victim's body to the bottom of the pool. Allow me to demonstrate. La 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 la. Ah!
He would drop straight down. Oh my! Could that be the true manner of death?
Trust me, that's nowhere near enough to get me killed.
You're the one to talk, dude. It was Kiri and Nags who saved the day.
Shut your mouth!
I'm so sorry. Honest.
Enough with the apologies already. I haven't fallen so far from grace as to require a peasant's penance.
Understood. I won't do it again.
Was this? Tell me. I ain't singing this right. We didn't just transition to the White Knight X Asahina route, did we? No, this can't be happening. Thou shalt not interfere with me and my White Knight's romance.
What are you talking about? No freaking chance! Ew! Who would ever fall for that four-eyed lemon?
Four-eyed lemon? The fuck kind of insult is that?
Just calling it like I see it, you four-eyed lemon. What are you gonna do about it?
Sounds like someone's asking to be thrown out with the trash.
More ugliness? Really? Do you have any friends? What a loser.
Hey, not fair! I want to get into an argument with my White Knight too! I want to have an insult war!
I guess we're still a ways off from everyone getting along, huh? Not that I should be surprised.
I see. It's a nice view of Indel's castle from here.
This is what I saw every day when I was young. I grew up thinking, I'll be an admired knight just like my father and I'll protect the country.
Your dream came true.
Yes, but the reality was much harder than I imagined back then. I feel all the more strongly how great my father was. To protect this country, I would tear the flesh from my body. It's the same passion you have towards Shauna.
I just can't hold back.
Because you know the importance of Shauna's life, you can risk your own. You were not a foolish daredevil when you ventured into Helena. Serdio is covered in war clouds now. You are the only one who can protect Shauna. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, the princess needs us.
Princess? She's like a baby sister to me. The stench of death, of human flesh and blood.
Surprisingly, I wasn't surprised. Just as Ogami said, I'd experienced this smell a number of times already. The smell of death and despair.
Even so, this is putrid. So much blood and flesh in such a small area. It's like a battlefield.
This has got to be Monokuma's.
It's my fault again, is it? I'd appreciate it if you stopped shoving the blame for everything on me!
There's no way things would have turned out like this if you weren't involved.
Actually, it's quite the opposite.
The opposite?
Yes, and I'll give you a hint. I have done absolutely nothing to or in this room. I didn't even clean it. I just left it exactly as it was.
What?
There's a hint. Just slightly more useful than a hint in a hardcore retro RPG. In any event, all this blood's kind of disturbing, huh? But you know, people die every day in the outside world. So it's no big deal. Just hold your head up high and press forward.
What's he talking about? He didn't clean it, but left it exactly as it was? What does it mean?
Shugo-san?
Hmm?
You did this with my sister before, right?
Hmm? Yeah. Yeah, we did. Does it bother you?
Oh, no, it's not that, but... It's just that...
That...
Well, when we find my sister, what if you had to choose between me and her? Which one of us would it be, Shugo-san?
That's a...
Oh, I'm so sorry. Gosh, I asked you something really unpleasant, didn't I? I'm sorry, Shugo-san. You don't have to answer that.
I choose you, Kasuna.
Huh?
I owe Yura for how I've hurt her in the past. I've always wanted to apologize to her. But that's where it ends. That's really where it ends.
Shugo-san.
You're the most important person in my life right now. So, Kasuna.
Yes?
Let's get to sleep. We've gotta wake up early tomorrow.
Okay.
Objection!
I'm sorry, Prosecutor Blackwell, but based on the circumstances at the scene, the defendant couldn't have dragged the body into the water after the equipment fell.
And why, pray tell, is that?
Oh, I'll tell you all right. If my theory has been all wrong, then I'll just have to fix it.
Yes, Mr. Wright, please do tell the court. What indicates that the body was not dragged into the water after the items fell?
Well, that's a very easy question with a very easy answer, Your Honor, because clearly, Jack Shipley's hips don't lie. And that's where it is.
Take that!
Please focus on this point.
That point? I don't see any particular problem there.
Right here. No, I mean, right around here. To, somewhere over there-ish. And please also take a look at this area over here as well.
Mr. Wright, your point is gradually expanding to include an entire photograph. Dumbass.
Okay, I deserve that.
Will you be here next year?
Yep. Will you?
Yes.
Same place, same time?
Yes. What if you forget? Or get lost?
Then we can always regroup on the moon, silly. Right on the rabbit's tummy.
Johnny!
Coming! Oh yeah, I forgot my hacky sack in the bag. You said you're clumsy, right? Maybe it'll help.
If they ever got lost... Wait, does that mean...
Don't tell me you didn't see that coming.
And here I thought this was going to be an inspirational childhood dream story. I should have known that some girl would come along and turn it into a cheese fest.
Well, I suppose now we know what we must do to send him to the moon.
Wait, you aren't actually going to do it, are you?
It's our job, Neil. It's what we are contracted to do.
Damn it, Eva. What? Eva.
Hey, you're pretty quiet, ain't you, Kawa? Silent and pungent. Like a shiitake, dude. Shiitake woman! Stay away from me!
She's not responding.
Whenever she talks, we get off track. So I told her not to open her mouth without my permission.
What? If she doesn't open her mouth, she can't eat or drink!
Not my problem.
And you're okay with that, Kawa? Come on, that's bullshit and you know it! It's amazing you could see him at all up there in his ivory tower.
Some way or another, we still ended up with meaningless banter, didn't we?
Okay, I've got it. Let's work in shifts.
She declares. Huh, what?
You're just caring for Tokiko-san, right? I want to help too.
Well, yeah, but the truth is I'm actually guarding her.
Besides, what are you gonna do if you doze off halfway? You're not exactly young anymore. There's no need to push yourself like that, right?
Ugh. Damn it, bringing up my age was a low blow.
Okay, we're all agreed, right? Let's give it our best, Shugo-san.
That's both disheartening and reassuring at the same time. I nod my agreement, a frown creasing my brow.
Mom, I'm home!
Oh, love it! It's love it! I was worried because I didn't hear from you for such a long time.
Sandora's resistance was tougher than I thought. But don't worry, we defeated them.
Your late father would be proud to hear that.
Lavitz? What about Helena?
Don't mention that to her!
Sorry, but I don't want her to be worried. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, fine. I'm already happy just having you come home. But... You brought a bride with you! Oh, my big baby!
Mom, she's not!
Oh, don't be shy. What's your name?
Shauna.
Shauna. My son is a little awkward and stubborn, but he's very sweet-natured.
Good luck, Shauna.
You mean it for real?
Dart! Don't be so silly! Mom, Shauna is Dart's sweetheart.
What?
Oh, please excuse me. But if you don't make that clear, it hurts her.
I will say so from now on.
Does it mean I am your girlfriend?
I said it because otherwise Lavitz will be in trouble.
Lavitz, please find somebody like her so that I can finally hold my grandchild in my arms. You're not a child anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Just look at him. Did you know there was so many lights in the sky?
Yes.
Oh. I did too. You said this was your spot, right?
Only during the carnival.
Not a fan of the crowds? Me neither. You know, you still haven't told me your name yet.
I'm not telling you. Everyone makes fun of it in school.
Why?
They say it makes them want to go to the washroom.
Okay then. Well, it can't be worse than John. I mean, everyone in the world, nearly everyone's named John.
Even in India?
Probably.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with having a name that everyone has?
Well, it's boring, I guess. I mean, if everyone has it, then what's the point?
I wouldn't mind. Just for once, to have the same name everyone else has.